Some homies and homegirls. And what's the word with the nest? Ear.
Today we'll be discussing the boys and girls JV and varsity basketball programs, as well as guest interviews from Ben Blanchard, Joey Everett, and Emma and Katie from the girls basketball team.
First, Tony will interview Katie and Emma about the girls varsity season.
So we have Katie and Emma in the studio. Come on down.
Katie and Emma, how are you today? That's good. So you're both freshmen on the varsity girls basketball team. Obviously, Emma, you're injured, but Katie, you've been playing. How do you think the season's going so far?
I think we're doing pretty good, and I think we have a good shot at winning six.
That's good, coming off a playoff appearance last year. Good luck with the rest of the season, and hope to see you out on the court.
Next, Max will interview Joey Everett.
How you doing, Joey? Happy to have you here in the studio. So you're relatively new to Milford sports. How do you like it here?
Pretty good so far.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
So you play varsity basketball, is that correct? How do you feel the season's going so far, and what are your expectations for the rest of the season coming up?
Pretty good so far, but there's some games that we dropped. We definitely could have won, like Foxborough. Definitely could have had a better start to Canton, but seeing how the team's starting to pull together, I think we'll have a pretty good season.
Yeah. What do you think your impact on the floor is?
Definitely a defensive impact on the floor, because that's usually what coach puts me in for.
All right, last question. Who do you think the biggest locker room presence is?
Biggest locker room presence. Chappelle.
Yeah.
Chappelle has everyone in the locker room dying every day. Always keeping smiles on their faces.
All right, well, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Hey, Max.
Alright, so now we're going to be doing the Rookie of the Year debate. Now, who do you think is the favorite right now?
Kevin?
Well, I got to go with Donovan Mitchell. I know you guys like Jason Tatum, who's taken over the starting spot at small forward for the Celtics, leading them to, first in the East at the halfway point, on track for about 60-plus wins. But I got to go with Mitchell. He's over 45% from the field. He's over 45% from the field. In his last 20 games, he's averaging over 25 points a game. He's got recognition from LeBron and guys like Kobe, so you know this guy is going to be great in this league, and I think he's already having a huge impact.
All right, Tuan, what are your thoughts
Well,
on
no, I agree with you, Kevin. You know, he is a great player. He's playing out of his mind this year, but I'm just going to have to choose Tatum. You know, he's stepping in for Gordon Hayward, who suffered that gruesome injury at the beginning of the season, and I feel like he's done a very good job of filling in those shoes, you know, coming off starting for the Boston Celtics, who have the best record in the East and are the third best in the NBA right now, and averaging the best three-point percentage in the entire league. You know, that's over Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, shooters like that. And for that reason, I just think he's going to have to win it.
Yeah, I just think this kid, 19 years old, Jason Tatum, he's coming off the floor every night, starting, getting big minutes, making big shots in the fourth quarter. I mean, he's just efficient night in and night out, and you don't usually see that from a rookie. I think you got to give it to him. And then you got guys like Ben Simmons who are in the race, who shouldn't be, in my opinion, because the guy's been acclimated to the league for this is actually his second year, and they're giving it to him for his rookie year, and just because he was injured. And I don't like that rule, because he's acclimated to the team. He knows a little bit about the NBA, and it's really his second year. Not to mention the guy can't shoot from the outside range. He's shooting 0% from three right now. So I don't. In this day and age, with the three-point shot, you can't give it to Simmons.
Now, what do you guys think about Lonzo Ball? He was opened as the favorite in Vegas. Was he meeting expectations? Is he passing them, or is he just kind of not living up to the hype?
Well, I think Lonzo has gotten unfair criticism because of his father's antics. He is averaging around 11 and 7 rebounds and then about 7 assists, which isn't bad stats. I think he's about meeting expectations. He's obviously not dominating in the league, but he's all right. And to mention, he's having a pretty big impact to the Lakers, because the Lakers are 0-7 when he doesn't play, and they're about 15 and 17, around 500 when he does play. So he isn't really dominating, but I think he's about meeting expectations, maybe a little under expectations.
Honestly,
But
Kevin, I gotta disagree with you there. I gotta think he's way under expectations. The guy can't hit a free throw to save his life. He's in the NBA. He was drafted what, second overall? Yeah, when you're second overall pick, you gotta produce, and he's not producing. He can't shoot from three. The guy's got the ugliest form in the league. It's just he's supposed to lead the Lakers to a decent season, make the playoffs. It's not looking that way right now. I think this guy needs to perform much better for the rest of the season.
You know, I agree. You know, he is putting up some pretty decent numbers, but for a second overall pick with all the hype he had, you know, I just think he had to produce more and score more points and just be a bigger presence on the floor, you know, defensively and offensively.
are you serious? This is blasphemous. Lonzo Ball shot 41% at UCLA from three.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
not shooting that in the
He is
NBA.
improving. In the second half of this NBA season, he is shooting over 30% from the three. That is improvement from the start, where he was about 20%. It is improvement. I see him as a ceiling, not what his father thinks he's the greatest player of all time. I see him being an all-star.
Just for the record, Jason Tatum's three-point percentage is higher than Lonzo Ball's free throw percentage.
That is something that has to improve. I'm not
Yes,
saying
yes.
he's completely going through the expectations. He's a rookie of the year favorite, but I think he's been a little too much too much criticism for how he's been playing.
All right, so we're running a little short on time, but we're going to move on to our next interview with Shiz with Ben Blanchard.
Hello, Ben. Well, welcome to the show.
Hello, Kevin.
So, we're gonna talk about your recent shooting slump, where you shot a solid 6 for 34 from the 3-point line.
8 for 34, actually.
8 for 34, which is a solid 18%. How do you think you're gonna get out of that slump and regain your confidence?
So, I've, just like, thought of just, keep shooting,
Shoot or shoot?
Yeah, shoot or shoot. And
That's a great mentality to shoot.
Yeah.
You gotta just keep hooking them up. As a great NBA player once said, I'd rather be 0 for 30 than 0 for 0 because you gotta shoot to score.
Yep. Yeah.
Coming off a thriller in the JV game against Hopedale, winning by 2. How do you think you guys can improve on that and after your recent slump?
No clue.
No clue?
This team is a mess.
We're gonna go to college basketball. Who do you think the greatest college basketball player of all time is?
I think I'm going to have to go with Jimmer Fredette. Do it both ends on the floor spectacularly. Be able to shoot the rock. Hit it with amazing arc. I think, at least top 2 all time.
At least top 2?
Yeah.
What about, how do you think he's fared in the league, Jimmer?
What league?
The Chinese basketball.
Oh, Chinese National League. Pure dominance.
Pure dominance?
Yes. As my good friend Tom Morelli said, DeMarcus Cousins snubbed him. His NBA spot. Snubbed
All right.
him.
Thanks for coming on the show, Ben. And that'll be it today for What's in the Nest.